Hello there and welcome to this vlog of November 2024. Just a quick video today on my personal Kickstarter news and something that I think will be of interest to the UK community for BattleTech Kickstarter orders. So first of all, I've been away for like 4 or 5 days for my birthday and got back this morning and had a basically literally within like an hour of walking through the door, I got the notification from DHL saying that they'd be delivering the main Kickstarter that I've bought, and I'll talk about that, how it's separated out in a second, but that will be getting delivered tomorrow, which is Wednesday the 27th of November, which I am very happy about and obviously quite lucky because I've been away for a few days. So I'm just glad that it didn't come while I was away because the weather has not been good at all in November in the UK. So I may have come back to like a drowned Kickstarter. So luckily that won't happen. Now, the news then, I suppose, what I'll kind of feed back to the UK community also as well, this potentially might happen in regards other Kickstarters as well across the international audience. Our logistics company is GameQuest. They seem to be very competent. I mean, from what I've seen, like they've only had like a week and a half to do this ship and pick, and I got the notification, like I said, very soon after Catalyst said that that it would begin. So that bodes like very well. This is the situation though, and this is where I think it could be of interest to people who've ordered the Kickstarter. So I got one giant Kickstarter myself, and that is, and I'm just going off memory here, but I think it was 1 regiment and 3 battalions. Now, the battalions that I ordered in that were all ordered as additions to the regiment that I purchased. Ergo, everything is coming in one box, so that box will be huge. I'm gonna have to go and set all my driveway up, I think, to get that thing down because it's going to be an absolute monster. I mean, I said it depends how well they pick it, right? But if it's got like loads of packaging peanut stuff in there, it could be just insane. Because it's a hell of a lot of boxes. I mean, you're talking about just hundreds and hundreds of miniatures and all the kind of added swag that I've got on there and stuff. So yeah, it's going to be a monster. Off the back of that then, I actually bought a separate battalion, which was actually Hatchie's battalion. So the artist Hatchie, for numerous sundry reasons, which I won't go into here, I've had that redirected to me. Now, that Kickstarter, I haven't got the notification for delivery yet, and it's a battalion, so relatively small in the grand scheme of things. Battalion, if you remember, was one of the like $250 like Kickstarters that you could get. Regiment was the highest level, that was like double that. So it should be a relatively small box, probably this kind of size, so it's not going to be too crazy. Now, why I think this is of interest to people in the UK community is that they are presumably, given that how I've got this, where I've got the big Kickstarter order come relatively early, and the smaller one not yet. I've not got the confirmation for that yet. That looks then like they are doing the bigger orders first, and I don't think they would necessarily publicise that. But I'm going to tell you why I think that is a good thing, and I'm only going here on like very, not even anecdotal evidence, just like how I'd logically look at this from a retail perspective. And I think I've gone into some of this detail before when I've done like Kickstarter videos. I think it is more logical to do the smaller orders first if you think there is a problem with the Kickstarter, because you've got a higher number of customers there, and you can basically satisfy a higher number of customers just by getting those smaller orders swept up. The bigger orders, where you've got like more fanatical fan bases, especially, you know, Games Quest are a gaming logistics company, right? So they'll do things like this and they'll be used to dealing with our, you know, with that kind of audience. If you do the bigger ones first, yes, you say the big hitters, but you might then have to kind of take from the smaller orders, which means that you're going to have more annoyed people. And the bigger customers as well, you know, like someone like me, if GameQuest got in contact with me and said, look, we can only fulfill 80% of this order, apologies, we'll send you out the remainder of the 20% in 3 weeks, I wouldn't care, right? I'd be like, that's absolutely fine, knowing that it's such a big order. Whereas if you just buy like a couple of boxes, you just have it in your mind of, oh my goodness, it's just like a couple of boxes, why can't they just get this thing to me? So I'm just speaking logically there. It would make sense from I suppose, a customer standpoint just to get the smaller ones done first. If you think there is an issue with the order somewhere down the line. However, that does not look to be the case. It looks like they are pretty confident with this if we go by my logic, because they're doing the bigger orders first. That bodes very, very well. Again, public service announcement, keep an eye out now, because I got it in the last hour. I got notification of it. So if you are at work or you need anyone in your house to pick it up or whatever, I just keep checking over the next few days, because given how quickly they've done this in terms of what GamesQuest are doing on the logistics front, you probably would expect to see your Kickstarter over the next couple of weeks, I'd imagine. I'm fully obviously I'll get the main one tomorrow, all being well, obviously, no acts of God, please. But then I'll get I might get the battalion, the smaller one, next week, for instance. In terms of then my schedule and how I will do this, I think if I get the big one tomorrow and I get time to do it, obviously it depends when it comes. If it comes in the morning, mid-afternoon, I can potentially record that later in the evening. If it obviously comes later in the evening, I'll probably have to kick it back till the weekend, because I will get some time tomorrow to record over lunch. Thursday I'm in the office. Friday I'll be busy, so yeah, it could be a weekend thing. That actually might work better as well. If I do get the smaller order the latter part of the week, I can then do everything together. If I don't though, if there's going to be a serious distance between me and or between the main order and the smaller order, I'll probably just do the big order first, over the next couple of days or whatever. I'll then potentially do the smaller order with the salvage boxes, because I do want to kind of do an unboxing of all the salvage, because I've got so many of them. But I'm going to try to make that quite interesting. I hate it if people are doing salvage unboxing and it's just Timberwolf, Atlas, Kit Fox. I just don't see any point in doing that beyond I don't even know why anyone would do that, unless you are the first person to do it and people are interested in it being the first person. But me doing it that way is completely pointless. So what I'll do is I will figure out some little gimmick or thing where I can say, okay, well, I'm going to do this, and we'll add this added layer of interest. So I'll try to do something. I've got some ideas for that. So yeah, things are liable to change, I think, in regards of the plans as I've got them down at the moment. Depends on when things come and how things come through to me. But very much looking forward to that. I've been looking forward to this for, obviously, like everyone now, we're kind of, about, 5-6 months delayed. So I think everyone's going to be delighted when they get their paws on this thing. Yeah, very, very good. Again, kudos to GameQuest. They must have absolutely smashed the picking on this. I'd say it should be about 1,500 orders. I'm not sure how much of the retail orders are included in that as well, so it could be significantly more if GamesQuest are doing the retail orders. And maybe that's how they've broken it down. Maybe they'll do retail first, bigger orders first, and then they'll just make their way down into the rest. Hopefully, anyway. I don't like if I'd get priority on that, because I've got a big order. If I get it now and then everyone else in the UK got it after Christmas, that would, I think, be pretty bad. But hopefully that won't be the case. Hopefully that we'll start getting all these emails collectively over the next few days, and no doubt people will start dropping comments to me saying, "Oh, I've got the notification message, it's coming on Thursday," or whatever. I'll keep my fingers crossed that happens, and then we can all have an early Christmas together digitally, right? And we can have all our unboxings together, like the super nerds that we are. So yeah, good news, very very good news. Still no like extra data, I think on. Well, I said extra data. I think it's just the same data that I discussed last time in terms of Europe and Australia, and that there was, I say not delays, but it was taking longer for those ships to get into port. So it looks like the UK will get things relatively soon now before Christmas. Europe and Australia, though, unfortunately, will have to wait until after Christmas by the looks of it. Although some European orders may go out quicker. It depends, obviously, on the logistics provider. Anyway, that's it. 10 minutes, nice and quick. No drama to report. Hopefully, the next time you see me, I will be downstairs in one of my fancy new BattleTech t-shirts. I bought several from Eladonius Rex. He's got like a T. I think it's Teesprings. Anyway, I think it's one of those sites. So yes, go and check that out. I might actually try and remember to put that in the link description if possible, because he's got loads of amazing t-shirts at the moment, which are really quite reasonably priced. Or they certainly were when I bought them. I got a lot of these at discount, and I bought several of them. So yeah, I'll be advertising these certainly over the next few videos. So there you go. Anyway, I will leave it there. I will thank you very much for watching, and I'll hopefully catch you again next time.